and there's a great deal of work left to be done. Thank you.
Hastings, Lennox, and Addington.
Mr. Speaker, this Prime Minister has shown a serious disrespect to all Canadians. He seems to think that he can skirt the responsibility that comes with elected office by blaming global trends. Mr. Speaker, Canadians elected him to govern and help Canadians through record cost of everything, which he can do today by eliminating the carbon tax. Mr. Speaker, will this Prime Minister take leadership, assume some responsibility, and cancel the carbon tax? Yes or no?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of the Environment.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And instead of fighting inflation and making life more affordable for Canadians, you know what the Conservatives want to do, Mr. Speaker? They want to make it harder for Canadians to save for their retirement. They want to make it harder for Canadians who lose their jobs. And instead of fighting climate change, Mr. Speaker, they want to make pollution free again on just about every measure that Canadians care about, Mr. Speaker. The Conservatives are absent. We will always have Canadians' backs, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member for Hastings, Lennox, and Addington.
Mr. Speaker, Liberals don't have an environmental plan. It's a tax plan. Liberals have not met a single target that they have set. As is typical with this government, another non-answer. I asked for a yes or no, not more empty rhetoric. I'll provide the government with another opportunity to answer the simple question. Will they cancel the carbon tax? Yes or no?
The Honourable Minister of Immigration.
Mr. Speaker, my honourable colleague has made a suggestion that we haven't hit a target. The target that we have set is for 2030, so if she's got a DeLorean and a flux capacitor, I invite her to jump in and travel back in time. The reality is we are on track to reduce our emissions because of the investments that we're making. We are bringing pollution down, and we found a way to make it more affordable for families at the same time. Every step of the way, we will do what it takes to protect our environment for our kids and our grandkids and to advance measures that support affordability at the same time. This is the path forward, Mr. Speaker. If the Conservatives don't join us on it, they'll enjoy sitting in opposition for a very long time.
The Honourable Member for Perth, Wellington.
Well, Mr. Speaker, Canadians don't need a DeLorean to know how much of a failure this Liberal government has been when it comes to the environment. They haven't met a single target. They haven't planted a single tree. But, Mr. Speaker, what they have done is raise the costs on everyday Canadians. They're making it $1,400 more costly to buy groceries this year, another $1,100 per family next year. 1.5 million Canadians relied on a food bank in a single month. 500,000 of those were children. All of this is being driven up by the Liberal carbon tax. Will they do the right thing and remove the carbon tax?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, and as usual, the Conservatives are spreading misinformation. Mr. Speaker, we are on target to make our targets, and we will get there come hell or high water, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what is the Conservative record? They cut $350 million from the Environment and Climate Change budget, Mr. Speaker. They blew up Kyoto.
I just want to make sure you're done shouting. Okay. Very good. I don't know what it is, but I think they want to hear your answer over again. Right from the top, please.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as I said before, emissions are going down. We're on track to make our targets. But the Conservative record, Mr. Speaker, is abysmal. You know what they did, Mr. Speaker? The first thing they did when they came to power was to cancel the National Child Care Program. But the second thing they did was to blow up the Kyoto Climate Accord. And, Mr. Speaker, they are now blaming us for their lack of action. Mr. Speaker, for their troubles, Mr. Speaker, they won the Fossil of the Day Award, they won the Fossil of the Year Award, and the Colossal Fossil Award, Mr. Speaker.